Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Ashrei and Lamnatzeach Shlita. Well, we hope everyone had a good Shabbos as we begin a new week of learning, and of course this is a bittersweet week as we observe this week Yom HaZikaron, followed by the joy and elation of Yom HaAtzmaut, wishing a happy birthday to Israel, but not before recognizing those who gave so much that we could have so much. And we ask you to please continue davening for Chaylei Tzvah Gnei Yisrael, for Shlem Echol B'Tzvah Yisrael. Safety of our brothers and sisters in Eretz Yisrael. We learn each day Leili Nishmat Ser and Daniel Shimon ben Harav Doron V'Shel Yishem Kam Demo. We begin a new chapter this morning, Siyum Shachritz V'Dinei Kaddish, and the first chapter is Ashrei and Lamnatzeach. La'achar Tachnun of Yemei Sheni V'Chamishi La'achar Kriyas HaTorah Omrim Shlosha Pirkei Tefillah. So after Tachnun, and on Mondays and Thursdays after Torah reading, we say 3 chapters of Tefillah. Harishon, the first is Ashrei, what's colloquially known as Ashrei, Tehillah LeDavid. Va'af shekvar amaruhu b'psukei dezirma, and even though we've already said it in psukei dezirma, chozron l'om v'shuv, we say it a second time, because the Gemara and Brachas tell us, kol ha'omer Tehillah LeDavid b'chol yom shalosh pa'amim, muftach loshu ben olam haba. Anyone who says Tehillah LeDavid, again, what we call Ashrei, if you say it 3 times a day, it's guaranteed that you're going to be a olam haba candidate. So we say it first time in Psukei Dezirma, the second time now at the conclusion of Shachris, and then a third time at the beginning of Mincha. And then we say the 20th Psalm, which is known as Lamnatzeach, which is a continuum of the supplications which are found after the Shemona Esrei. And kiva shehu tefillah al yom tzara, and since this is a tefillah, we say Yancha Hashem b'yom tzara. Hashem should answer us on a day of difficulty and a day of pain and suffering. Ein omer me'oso b'yamim shel simcha. So on days of true simcha, we do not recite this paragraph. V'nechleku haminhagim bazeh, and we have different customs when it comes to when we do or do not say this. Leminag Sephardim dino kedin tachnun. According to Sephardim, it's the same as tachnun. V'chol yom sheb'mnei tzad simcha shebo ein omer tachnun. Any day that has even the slightest amount of simcha to it, that we would not recite tachnun, gam ein omrim lamnatzeach. So in addition, we wouldn't say lamnatzeach either. Uleminag Ashkenazim are a little bit more rigid in this paragraph. Lemanias tachnun maspika simcha kala. That in order to skip tachnun, a little bit of simcha is enough in order to warrant skipping tachnun. Aval lemanias amiris lamnatzeach tzarich shetias simcha gedola. However, to omit or to skip Lamnatzeach, we need a greater level of simcha. L'chein keshebespal im hatzibur chasan abal bris, ein omrim tachnun aval lamnatzeach omrim. So let's say there is a chasan or there's a bris in shul, so certainly we wouldn't say tachnun, but that's not enough to warrant the omission of lamnatzeach. V'chein legabe chodesh Nisan v'hayom shom kippur so chodesh Tishrei. So we just came off the month of Nisan, so today was the first day that we said the long tachnun on Monday for a long period of time, since we didn't say it the entire month of Nisan. So during the month of Nisan, or those days in Tishrei when we don't say Tachnun, while it's enough to warrant skipping Tachnun, it's not enough to skip Lamnatzeach. So Ashrei and Omer behem Tachanun, Lamnatzeach Omer, that we still say Lamnatzeach, even though we skip Tachnun. V'rak, so when do we skip Lamnatzeach? Rak b'mei Chag v'erev Chag v'isru Chag. So on holidays, actually, Erev holidays, post-holidays, the Isru Chag, Ein Omrim Lamnatzeach. U'minhagim elu ksuvim b'sidur mufnei perek Lamnatzeach kol edik minhag. And if you look at every siddur, each according to his custom, you'll see what days we would skip Lamnatzeach. So you can imagine in Israel, in many places in America, for instance, on Yom HaAtzmaut, Kabo Aleinu L'Tova, we would skip Lamnatzeach, certainly on a day when the Hallel is recited. I should also just point out, again, this is my edition. This is not found here. It's probably found in a different section dealing with laws of Avelis, but there's always a question of when Avelim should or should not daven, mourner should lead the service. And we follow here in our shul the rule of thumb, which is put forth by the Mishnah Brura, that if it's a day that we don't say Lamnatzeach, then in Avel, a mourner does not daven. So for instance, even on Tisha B'Av, we don't say Lamnatzeach, and Avel doesn't daven for the Amud. That's the rule that we follow. But this is a matter of custom. You have to look at your shul, look at your siddurim, and next time you're opening up to Lamnatzeach, we'll take a peek, a gander, at the days in which Lamnatzeach is skipped, and compare that vis-a-vis to Tachnun in the days that those are skipped, and you'll see that the days of Tachnun skipping are far greater in number than those of Lamnatzeach. But far greater in number are our ability to learn Torah every day, so please continue davening for Chaylei Tzvah Gnei Yisrael, for Shlem Echol B'Tzvah Yisrael, safety for our brothers and sisters in Eretz Yisrael, Leili Nishmat Ser and Daniel Shimon ben Harav Doron V'Shel Yishem Kam Demo. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and we'll see you here next time.